What happens when a man loses everything and decides to drag an entire city down with him? The Jew of Malta by Christopher Marlowe is not a story about heroes and villains. It is a vicious, darkly funny tragedy where nearly everyone is greedy, corrupt, manipulative, or power-hungry. At the center of it all stands Barabbas, a wealthy Jewish merchant whose hunger for revenge transforms him into one of the most dangerous figures in Renaissance drama. The play opens in Malta, a tense Mediterranean island caught between Christian Europe and the Ottoman Empire. Inside his luxurious counting house, Barabbas admires mountains of gold, jewels, and riches gathered from international trade. To him, money is more than wealth. It is protection in a society that already despises him for being Jewish. But that protection vanishes overnight. Turkish forces arrive demanding years of unpaid tribute from Malta's governor, Feniz, the political ruler of the island. Unable to pay, Feniz makes a ruthless decision. The Jewish population will finance the debt. Every Jewish merchant must surrender half their fortune. Most obey silently. Barabbas refuses, and Feniz punishes him brutally. Every coin, every jewel, every possession Barabbas owns is confiscated. Even his mansion is seized and transformed into a Christian convent. One moment Barabbas is among the richest men in Malta. The next, he is humiliated, stripped of power, and thrown aside by the state. That humiliation changes him completely. Burning with rage, Barabbas swears revenge against everyone responsible. But he still has one secret advantage. Beneath the floorboards of his confiscated house lies hidden treasure untouched by the authorities. To retrieve it, he manipulates his daughter Abigail, a loyal and innocent young woman, into pretending to convert to Christianity so she can enter the convent safely. Abigail successfully sneaks the treasure out at night and returns it to her father. Now armed with money again, Barabbas begins rebuilding his power. He purchases Ithamar, a vicious Turkish slave who becomes his loyal accomplice. Together, the two men form a terrifying partnership built on cruelty, deception, and revenge. Barabbas soon discovers the perfect target. Lodoic, the governor's son, is hopelessly in love with Abigail. But another young man, Matthias, genuinely loves her too. Barabbas realizes he can destroy both families at once. So he carefully manipulates the two young men against each other with forged letters and lies, convincing each that the other plans betrayal. The result is disastrous. Lodoic and Matthias meet in a duel and kill each other. Barabbas has successfully murdered the governor's son without ever touching a weapon himself. But Abigail finally discovers the horrifying truth. Realizing her father engineered the deaths of two innocent men, she is consumed with guilt and horror. She abandons him completely, genuinely converts to Christianity, and enters the convent seeking peace and forgiveness. For Barabbas, this feels like the ultimate betrayal. And this is where the play becomes truly terrifying. Enraged, Barabbas and Ithamar poison a pot of rice porridge sent to the convent as charity food. One by one, the nuns collapse and die, including Abigail herself. Even his own daughter becomes expendable once she chooses morality over loyalty to him. Before dying, Abigail secretly confesses her father's crimes to Friar Giacomo, a Christian priest. But Malta is so corrupted that even the priests cannot be trusted. Another friar, Bernardine, becomes more interested in inheriting Barabbas's fortune than delivering justice. Barabbas immediately notices this greed and turns the two friars against each other, pretending he wishes to convert to Christianity and leave his wealth to whichever monastery treats him best. Then, during the confusion, Barabbas and Ithamar murder Friar Bernardine and frame Friar Giacomo for the crime. Giacomo is arrested while the Real killers escape once again. At this point, Barabbas feels unstoppable. But the violence he unleashed slowly begins turning against him. Ithamar falls in love with Bellamira, a manipulative courtesan, and accidentally reveals Barabbas's crimes while trying to impress her. Bellamira and her criminal partner Borza immediately begin blackmailing Barabbas for money. Barabbas pretends to cooperate. Then he calmly murders them all. Disguised as a French musician, he delivers poisoned flowers to Bellamira, Ithamar, and Borza, killing the three conspirators before they can fully expose him. But enough information reaches the authorities for Barabbas to finally be arrested and sentenced to death. Even then, he refuses to lose. Using a sleeping potion, Barabbas fakes his own death. His corpse is thrown outside the city walls, but once alone, he awakens and immediately defects to the invading Turkish army led by Kalamath, the Ottoman commander. Barabbas reveals weaknesses in Malta's defenses, helping the Turks conquer the city. And in one of the play's darkest ironies, the man once hated and humiliated by Malta is rewarded with political power. Kalamath appoints Barabbas the new governor of Malta. But Barabbas trusts nobody, not Christians, not Turks, not even allies. Surrounded by enemies, he decides to betray the Turks as well. Secretly, he approaches Feniz and offers a deal. For enough money, he will help the Christians retake the city. Feniz agrees instantly, proving once again that political survival matters more than morality. Barabbas designs an elaborate trap beneath a banquet hall floor suspended over a massive boiling cauldron. During a celebratory feast, he plans to drop Kalamath and the Turkish commanders into the boiling liquid below. But in the final moments, betrayal comes full circle. Feniz no longer trusts Barabbas and decides to eliminate him instead. Before the Turkish commanders can fall into the trap, Feniz cuts the ropes himself, sending Barabbas crashing into the boiling cauldron he built for others. As Barabbas burns to death screaming curses at Christians and Turks alike, Feniz proudly presents himself as Malta's savior. The city is saved, but nothing has truly changed. The rulers are still corrupt. Religion is still tied to greed. Politics still rewards deception. And that is the brutal genius of the Jew of Malta. By the end of the play, the audience realizes Barabbas may be monstrous, but Malta created him.